How are y'all doing today, Nintendo Buzz? I have a random underused battle from my battle folder, and I figured, you know, why not? If I saved it, it has to be somewhat decent, so I haven't really seen it too much, but we'll go ahead and play back right now. He's going to go aheat and lead off with a Heat Form Rotom. I'm going to go ahead and lead off with a mixed Arcanine. I've used this set in 4th Gen somewhat. To moderate success in 5th Gen also works out as well. You just got to bring the right things with it. Anyways, I'm kind of suspecting that he's Scarfed, so I'm going to go ahead and go into Raikou on the predicted Volt Switch or the T-Bolt. I don't see him going for the Overheat on the first turn. That seems to be too bold of a play for my standards, or probably for anyone's standards, as a matter of fact. So I'm actually going to go ahead and go for the sub, expecting him to be Scarfed, you know, expecting him to switch out right now. But he actually turned out to be slower. Going to go ahead and go for the Overheat on my sub, which I'm really glad I subbed up first instead of going for the Calm Mind, you know, just to have the sub on the switch versus, you know, just having a +1 boost and then having to switch out. So he's going to go into his Gastrodon right here. I think I used to run HP Grass on my Raikou. I don't know why I changed it to Ice, but as you're going to see, Grass definitely would have helped me out in this scenario, because I'm actually stuck against Gastrodon, pun somewhat intended, if he's running Sticky Hold, which I don't think he is. But I don't know. I have trouble with this thing with Raikou, especially because I don't even hit it that hard with Hidden Power Ice, and I don't really have a safe switch into Sawsbuck in case he has a Scald, because I really don't want to get burned. That's the main thing I have that can probably take it down in one shot with a Horn Leech. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into Heracross, predicting the Toxic, and I actually do end up predicting correctly. I kind of wanted to go into Heracross predicting the Scald as well, or the Earth Power. Anything that Gastro would have tossed at me, you know, aside from a Surf or an Ice Beam, I probably would have been okay with. So he goes into Rotom right here, and I'm just going to go for the Mega Horn, possibly predicting the Celebi switch in to resist the close combat, which was the more tempting of my moves. He did predict correctly, but I do end up getting a critical hit. I definitely want to say that mattered, but I am probably going to end up being faster than him anyway, because I'm running Jolly, so it's just going to be one less turn of a Toxic, or not Toxic Orb, I'm the one that got poisoned, of Toxic, which probably definitely would have mattered right here, seeing as how I do end up living the Iron Head. I don't end up flinching, and since I went for Mega Horn over close combat in the previous turn, I actually, you know, end up living, as I mentioned, like 3 or 4 times already, and I end up taking out his Cobalion as well, which is nice, you know, that I have some good momentum going, but now I have lost my main check to Celebi, so I'm probably going to have a little bit of trouble with that, and he recognizes that the main threat to Celebi is gone, so he's going to go ahead and bring it in now. I do have Hidden Power Ice on this Raikou, but unboosted, it's probably not going to help. And as you see, he brings Gastro right back in as I go for the sub. And as tempted as I am to go for a Calm Mind and keep boosting up to the point where his Earth Powers won't do anything, there's still Stab. Gastro still kind of hurts. So I'm just going to go for the Hidden Power Ice behind the sub just to get some damage in. And as usual, it really does nothing. I don't know what I was doing staying in, because by the time I switch out and he gets lefties recoveries anyway, I don't know. Someone once told me, you know, don't waste a good sub. I might as well not do it. It generates a turn of lefties recovery anyway, so every little bit helps. For now, I'm going to go into Staraptor, predicting the Earth Power. He does predict that switch quite nicely, decides to go for the Surf. I was a little shocked at how much this did, but then I remembered, according to an upload I think I did earlier this week, that Staraptor really doesn't have that good of a base special defense. So I take that with Overhalf, and I'm just going to go for the Reckless Double Edge, which, looking at how much health Gastrodon tends to pack, that did a ridiculously good amount, and I am pleased with that damage. If I was Adamant, that would have killed, but I am actually Jolly, you know, just to get Roost Recovery first over Neutral Speed base 100s and such, outspeeding base 95s, or base... Sawsbuck is like 95 or 90, so I'd be able to get the Roost up right there. But he recognizes that I might go for the Horn Leech, you know, to try to finish him off. I do predict that, go for the Double Edge instead. I used to run Mega Horn, but the Mega Horn kind of comes back in Spirit and gives me a crit right here, which is really nice, because that means he's not going to be able to recover reliably. And since I did get my lefties first, I can see that he's a more defensive set, and as such, I'm going to be able to outspeed him. Probably could have gone with the Horn Leech right there just to get some recovery as well instead of some recoil, but points are points, minuscule amount of points as a matter of fact, so it really doesn't end up mattering too much. In comes Flygon, as I'm actually really scared of the super effective U-turn, so I'm going to go ahead and go into my Arcanine. If he does go for the Outrage or the Dragon Claw, it probably will not take me out. But I don't think he's going to go for an Earthquake. I really don't at that point. So he does end up going for the U-turn, which is super effective. And in case I did not mention earlier, this is my mixed Arcanine. So he hasn't seen what kind of moves I have on this thing, but I do go for the special move over the physical one because I don't know how much physical defense he's running on a Tangrowth. Tangrowth probably could take one of my Flare Blitzes, albeit not very well, but an Overheat will definitely, you know, put it down for sure. So, in comes Flygon again. I don't know what move he's going to lock himself into. I want him to lock himself into a move, so I might as well go for the Extreme Speed. Get some damage in before I die to either an Earthquake or an Outrage, depending on whether or not he predicts the switch. So, he goes for the safe Earthquake. I'm going to go ahead and go into Sawsbuck. And admittedly, actually, I think I just go for the Horn Leech. It's on the next turn that I make a bit of a misplay, but it doesn't really end up mattering. So, go for the Horn Leech. Clean out that Gastrodon finally. He realizes that that thing's at the end of its rope, and doesn't really have much usefulness at this point in the match. As long as Sawsbuck's around, it's definitely going to be a hard counter to it. So, he's going to go ahead and bring in his Flygon at this range, thanks to the recovery I got from Horn Leech. And leftovers, I'm actually going to take his Outrage, but what I should have done right here just to clean off the match that much sooner was go for the Double Edge instead of the Horn Leech. Thought it would have killed, but Horn Leech is a little bit weaker than I had previously thought during the battle, so oh well, no real hair off my back. So he's going to take me out with an Outrage. I do have a max HP, max defense Melodic left, and as you're going to see, even with the Outrage damage, he is not going to be able to take me out. Even with a crit, this is his last one, so he does get the Confusion, and I'm just going to go ahead and take him out with an Ice Beam for the win. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, go ahead and leave a like, rate, comment, subscribe, and do your thing. Both links will be in the description if I can find them, as always. And hope you guys have a lovely day, and I will see you later. Peace.